Let me ask you something. Have you ever delivered a project and the client said, "Wow, thank you," and loved the result, but then disappeared and never returned again? But the work was solid and everything was fine. Something just didn't really stick. The key to building a reliable, long-term client roster isn't about chasing more and more contracts. It's about cultivating something very, very deep. It's about trust. Trust is what turns one-time transactions into relationships and partnership. It's what keeps clients returning, referring, and raving about you when you're not in the room. And the beautiful part is that trust can be designed as a business system.
Welcome to Building a Business That Flows, a series where we break down the 5 core systems that keep your business calm, clear, and consistent. Each episode explores one part of the SimpleMark framework: clarity, flow, trust, presence, and foundations. Together, they form a complete ecosystem that helps you run your business with less chaos or more confidence. In today's episode, we're diving into the third part of the SimpleMark framework: trust. How to design client experiences that feel smooth, sportive, and human. If clarity was your compass and flow was your operational rhythm, then trust is the bridge that connects you to the people you serve. According to a global study done by PwC, almost 90% of business leaders believe their clients trust them, but only 30% of clients agree. That's a 60-point gap, a trust gap.
And closing that gap is what separates thriving freelancers from struggling studios. The Edelman Trust Barometer says that 81% of consumers see trust as the number one reason they choose a brand, above price or convenience. Did you hear it? Above everything else, clients choose trust in your brand. They choose your product not because it's better, shinier, or prettier. It's because they trust and know you. Building trust is about designing predictability. It's about the moment when client feels supported, safe, and seen. Let's explore 5 simple processes that make your client experience trustworthy and effortless from start to finish.
1. Client onboarding. Set the tone early.
First impressions start before you even open the project. Think of onboarding as your first handshake, the moment to say, "Hey, I'm with you, I've got this." When a client hires you, they're essentially handing over control, and that's a vulnerable act. So your job is to remove uncertainty.
Send a clear welcome packet, Notion page, or a simple email with details. Outline next steps, deliverables, and communication channels. How you're going to send updates, how they can reach you. Share a simple visual timeline so they see the path ahead. At least a couple of milestones.
This isn't bureaucracy, it's reassurance. It's your starting point in the relationship with client. In classical business theory, it's called agency theory. Clients or principals put their faith in you, the agency. And the clearer your structure, the more confident they are.
2. Transparent communication. Build predictability.
Silence is the enemy of trust. Clients don't need daily updates. They need something reliable. They need something transparent. Creating a safe, transparent environment for your clients actually makes them calmer, reduces questions, and builds trust in your competence. Let's imagine you order a pizza on an app on your phone and now waiting for it to be delivered. Nowadays, we can see and track our delivery on a map, know when the order has been accepted and when it will be delivered. Even if it will be 5 minutes late, we already know it because it's predictable and we can see it on the map. And now we're not even mad about it, we're just waiting patiently. And we don't need to call the pizza place and ask them for the 5th time, "Hey, is it out? Is it out already?" Now think about your business. Think about your products, think about your services. Small feature like this keep your process transparent, and it's great. This is what actually builds clients' trust. It's not about some fancy things. It's about transparency, it's about reliability, it's about being on time. And even if you're not on time, you just communicated clearly with your client. So set clear communication rituals that are suitable for your type of business.
A weekly check-in email or dashboard update if you have one. Defined response windows. I reply within 24 hours, for example. a short Loom video showing progress visually, or a Figma demonstration.
According to Swift trust theory, quick trust forms when expectations and rules are transparent. Predictability is professional safety. It says, you can count on me.
3. Smooth delivery systems. Make it effortless.
Trust works when working with you feels easy. When client has to dig through 20 email threads to find the latest version, the latest update that you have sent them, their dissatisfaction just increases and their confidence is going down. You gotta simplify your systems, make them visual and consistent. Create one shared workspace where you post updates for your client. Label files consistently and use automations for delivery or sign-offs. You can prepare your client lifecycle funnel by building email or message templates for each stage. Onboarding, request for references, maybe some demos or kickoff messages, or maybe project updates. It will help you stay consistent and pull off the weight from your shoulders of improvising every time the new client comes in.
4. Client care and boundaries. Balance empathy with structure.
Clients feel safe when they know you will listen, but they also need to know that you will lead the project. You can be warm and firm at the same time when you provide clear expectations and boundaries. Trust isn't built by saying yes to every client's wish or request. It's a balance between care and clear boundaries. Say, I know that this is urgent and here's how we can solve it, instead of scrambling, not knowing what to say and what to do. You need to define 3 things early on in a project: working hours, revision cycles, and communication channels. That structure creates emotional safety, not only for your client, but for you as well.
Research from Zendesk shows that 41% of clients define loyalty through emotional connection.
They don't want a yes machine, they want a human who communicates and cares.
5. Post-delivery follow-up. Turn projects into partnerships.
Most professionals stop when the invoice is already paid, but the real magic happens after the delivery. A short follow-up message saying, hey, how did everything go? Did you like the project or not? How can we improve something for the next time? It creates a moment for connection and reflection together. It tells the client that I care about your success, not just the task or the project. Follow-ups are small, but they compound, and if you do the automation, it would be even great. Because building trust and client relationships shouldn't rely on your memory only. Because we know that automations are compassionate, they're much human than you think they are. It's something that reminds you and keeps you in the flow.
Here's the fascinating part. Neuroscience backs this up. Each time you deliver on a promise, your client's brain releases a little oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Can you imagine that? Each consistent email, on-time delivery, or kind follow-up literally rewires how people perceive you. You become the person who's safe to trust. Trust isn't a one-time event, it's a rhythm. The more predictable and thoughtful you are, the more safety your brand projects.
You don't need 10 apps to actually run your client relationships. You need simple, reliable systems that make your client feel safe, important, and cared for. Let's go over a few interesting things that can transform how you work and how people perceive your brand and work with you. Automate your onboarding forms or contracts.
Tools like Typeform, Notion, or Dubsado make it easy to collect client details, contracts, and project preferences without long email chains.
Imagine sending one single, well-designed form with everything that you need: goals, tasks, some expectations, communication channels, and agreements all in one place. It saves you hours, eliminates errors, and makes your first impression with clients feel effortless and professional. When you use automation workflow, it shows that you value your client's time and have your process together. A shared dashboard, it's like a window into the project. It helps your clients see progress without needing to ask for updates, and it builds trust through visibility. You can use tools like Notion, Trello, or ClickUp, or even a simple Google Sheet. List here key milestones, deadlines, and status updates. You can add last updated timestamp on the dashboard so your client sees that you're actively maintaining it. Transparency removes guesswork, and when clients don't chase you with their questions, they simply relax and they appreciate it. After you finish a project, you can send a quick reflection form. Ask only 3 things: what went well, what can be improved, and if they would recommend your services to someone else. This simple act shows that you actually care about their experiences and not just about the payment. It also provides you valuable insights on how to refine your systems for better. Bonus tip, you can also automate it. You can schedule a short follow-up email or embed the form in the closing message. Do not rewrite every email from scratch, you can just use your own templates. You have a client's journey, right? So you can prepare short email messages for each stage of the client lifecycle. You can have it for onboarding, for midpoints, for milestones, for closing messages, or kickoffs. I can show you a couple of examples that I have personally used in my work. For example, we have a kickoff message.
So here is the kickoff meeting template. As you can see, it's divided into clear, structured steps that guide you through the very first client meeting or the initial project message. We start with a short intro. We mention our name and explain what our role is, that we're going to manage the project and make sure everything meets the client's expectations. This sets a friendly and professional tone right from the start. Next, we confirm that you understand the client's idea. Here you briefly restate what the project is about. For example, in this case, it's a mobile app that lets users search nearby pharmacies, check availability, and order medications. This step is important and it shows that you've done your homework and ensures both sides are on the same page. Then you can ask a simple question: is that correct? This gives a client a chance to clarify or adjust any details before moving forward. Once everything is confirmed, outline the project process. For example, in this case, you're breaking down into clear stages like creating a mind map to define structure, designing wireframes for the complex parts, developing the visual concept, and finally expanding the rest of the app. This gives a client a clear overview of what to expect and when. Next, you clarify your role for the project, what you will be doing. That you will be the main point of contact, responsible for coordination, updates, and communication between design and development teams. This is important. This helps to avoid confusion later and builds trust between you and the client. And finally, you suggest a communication channel, in this case it's Slack, and offer to set it up. This is a small but important step that shows initiative from your side and keeps collaboration smooth. Overall, this template works great as an email, Slack message, or even as a live kickoff meeting script. You can use it in video calls. It ensures every client's interaction starts with structure, clarity, and professionalism, setting the tone for a successful project ahead.
Templates don't make you less personal, they make you professional and present at the same time. If you find yourself explaining or recreating the same processes more than twice, document them. Write down your workflow, how to start, how to progress, and how to end your project. This becomes your internal playbook. It's your personal SOP library. It's the kind of invisible infrastructure that saves you tons and tons of time and effort. Next time you onboard a teammate or collaborate with freelancer, you have clarity with you, all written down here. And here is the bigger picture. Trust isn't built by doing grand gestures. It's in small, consistent details. How quickly you reply, how clearly you deliver, and how seamlessly you follow through. Each of these tools are not about productivity, they're about respect to your client. I value your time, I value this project, I care about it. Trust is about what people feel when they work with you. When you communicate clearly, deliver consistently, and care deeply, you stop chasing clients and you build relationships with them. You start keeping your clients, they're returning to you and they're referencing you. And you get more clients like that, you get more relationships, and that's great for your business. Because clients might hire you because of your skills, but they stay for your integrity. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Building a Business That Flows. If this episode resonated with you, hit a subscribe button, share it with someone, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye!